One of the craziest conversations I have is when people ask me, does ESPN have an agenda? Does ESPN have a woke agenda? People got their confirmation bias. They answer it before they even ask it. But in my years of experience and just listening to Elle Duncan, who's now leaving ESPN to go to Netflix, another place where people are questioning their agenda, we got to really have that conversation. She says some interesting things, and through my experience and through from hearing what she's going through, they kind of sound the same. Let's talk through it.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, this is my last Sports Center. Should I look at camera 3? Mm-hmm. Okay. Which is still wild to say that. I do have a lot of thoughts, and I imagine that a weepy social post is coming. But before I leave this desk, there is something that I want to say.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I see the headlines about ESPN. Some are earned, some I believe are not. And anyone in this chair knows that criticism is just a part of the job, and you take it. But the faces of this place are not the soul of this place. The soul is the thousands of people who work here. No spotlight, and still all the scrutiny. People from every background, with every kind of belief, and from every zip code. There is no hidden agenda here, folks. Just maybe the same one that most of you have there at home, to put food on the table, maybe to send your kids to college, do some work that matters, build a life. ESPN is not some nameless monolith. It runs on individuals, directors who keep you in frame, the producers that we just showed who steer the ship, editors who save your butt, I see you, Patrick, and the staffers who turn a 3-ring circus into a symphony. They're the heartbeat of this place, and I hope that you will try to see them. And to you, my colleagues and peers, I want to say this directly.
Uh-oh.
You're good. You're doing great.
Yeah, let it go, girl.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the send-off. Thank you for the hallway smiles, for the late nights, researching, for the very early mornings, for saying my name in rooms that I was not in, for trusting me to toe the line and knowing when not to, for pushing me, holding me accountable, making this place feel as close to home as not home can be. You made this last decade a gift, Kevin. You made these last 4-5 years an absolute joy. This is a little girl's dream fully realized, and I am so humbled and I am so grateful to you, and I love you, and I mean this sincerely and from the bottom of my heart. Mm-hmm. If the Bulldogs and the Broncos both win titles this year, I'm breaking into this bitch, and I'm talking more trash than you can possibly imagine.
By the way, you mentioned this being a home.
Oh, look at that. Who that?
And by the way, it's this young man's birthday.
Hi, baby.
Xander, happy birthday.
It's my son's birthday. Oh, my God. Are y'all serious right now? I'm doing it for them, you guys.
Oh, that's dope.
You've been my family, but this is my family.
Oh, that's dope. Give a love.
And go Dogs. Thank you, Ken.
Oh, boy. That's great. I love that. Love that family. Look at that dynamic. Look at that's good. No, I know where y'all want to go. We go get there. Damn, can y'all pay some respect? Some pleasantries first? Man, good looking dude. I like Pops. Good looking dude. I see you, Elle. Elle didn't take no L when she got that family. She didn't take no L when she got that dude. You know that dude was out there winning. Got that nice fade with that little salt and pepper. Get some. And she going to Netflix, so she got to be coming out here to L.A. Respect. Okay. She said a couple things I do want to talk about and articulate. She said that ESPN doesn't have any hidden agendas. And I know what y'all think. That is a total crock of shit. That is some BS. And I'm here to tell you, from my experience, 11 years working at ESPN, I agree. They don't have any hidden agendas. See, this is the thing about a big corporation like that. Like, people always think that they find a way to get into one room and twirl on their mustache and curl their eyebrows and just be like, oh, we got them. Like, we're going exactly. We got them all locked in. We got them all on the ship. Now let's sail away to where we want to go. Our destination, our agenda. It doesn't work that way for real. Now, this is how it gets that way and how you perceive it that way. It's because they know who they're hiring, right? It ain't like, you know what I'm saying? They know who they're hiring, right? They know who they're hiring. They can feel it. You can't ask it. You know, in the interview, on the resume, we can't go there. You barely can go there and say, what's your race? Why am I writing down black? Now they was like, take that off. Okay, so I'm gonna interview you. You're black. Okay, good. I ain't need to read it. I can see it. But this is how they get there. This is how they get to a place where you're like, why is she talking about there's no hidden agenda? We obviously can see it, right? Super liberal, progressive, woke, whatever your choice word is, it certainly ain't conservative, right? And when it is conservative, or Pat McAfee, then you start to see there's some friction in the air. I always ask, why Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith not on the same show? You know why. Not just politics. It's not that. You know why. So this is how hidden agendas make you think, oh, that's what's happening. They have a hidden agenda. Never forget that incentives shape behavior. So if there is a man with a long mustache twirling it and curling up his eyebrows and saying, I'm going to lead him to where I want to go, our place, right? You know how he does it? Through rewards, through simple promotion and rewards, right? He don't tell you what to say. He listens to what you said. And then he's like, I like that. Why do I like that? Because you got to remember, this is mass media. This is McDonald's. What did Joe Rogan say? McDonald's makes 6.5 million hamburgers a day. Now ask yourself this. Have you ever seen a McDonald's farm? Have you ever seen any farm in America, let alone the world, big enough with that many cows ready to be slaughtered to make 6.5 million burgers a day at one spot, one place? I ain't even talking about Wendy's, Burger King, Shake Shack, In-N-Out. Now, In-N-Out, we heard, I think y'all down in Texas and y'all drive, right? Point being, where are all these burgers coming from? Mm-hmm. So I get it. Some things are manufactured in your head. Some things are real, right? But I think what she said about hidden agendas, I really think that is manufactured. I hate to say it, in the audience's head. Because when I worked there, they never, when I say ever said, hey, this is what they do. And Max Kellerman even talked about it. What they do in sports, and sometimes the topics are political, right? Especially with like 2016, 2022, that world, pandemic, COVID, George Floyd, Colin Kaepernick, what else? You know, that time. Like every topic, you come in, what do you think? And they listen to you and they listen to you. And they say, y'all agree or y'all disagree. Where you disagree, authentically, we're going to have those as topics. Where you guys agree, but you agree for different reasons, we're going to have those as topics as well. Where you agree, we may have one topic. That's just the formula. But they didn't say at night, they didn't text you, hey, you watching the game? Yeah, you better love them Jets tomorrow. See you. Bye-bye. They don't do that with emoji. They don't do that. And if it's political, they don't do that either. They just don't incentivize it when they hear it. Ask Will Kane. But they do incentivize it when they hear it as Pat McAfee. You see what I'm saying? So for everything you think, everything you're thinking, just know, is it landing in perception or is it landing in reality? Now, some people think they're the same. Okay, let's get into this. ESPN wanted to also open up China as a market. That's why you never hear anyone on ESPN say a negative word about China or anyone from China. The BNC. Why I keep reading yours? You got some good comments today. How you not the top three, one of the top three chats right now? You're doing great, brother. Well, one, let's be real. Let's be real. How entertaining or interesting is it to talk about China on ESPN? Be real. Like sometimes you can let your conspiracy theories, your hatred or your despise of ESPN, or you just don't like their politics. Sometimes you can go too far. I don't give a damn what my politics are. I don't want to hear about China on ESPN. I really don't. Like, I don't want to hear, oh, LeBron and his shoes and his connection and all that. Okay, maybe on Vice. I do a documentary. Okay, I'm not saying ignore the story, but just, I'm at a barbecue, dog. You know what I mean? This ain't the time for meatloaf. And meatloaf is good to some people. Yeah, Wednesday night meatloaf. Yeah, we at home, baby. Oh, yeah, it's cold outside. Make some of that meatloaf. But on a Saturday, when they playing lighter shade of brown, it gotta be a Sunday. It's a Sunday afternoon. We just chew. And they playing that. You got Impalas hitting switches, girls in sundresses, and you show up with meatloaf? I don't want to hear it. Miss me, man. Damn, miss me. Some places, it's time and place. Okay? So, anyway.
Let me put you on to something that's part of my daily routine now. VINIA. Not a powder, not a pill. It's the Daily Chews 2X formula. And yeah,
they taste good too.
It's plant-based. No stimulants, no crash, no jitters, no banned substances, no junk. It's Informed Sports certified. Just something that actually delivers. Link in description, VINIA.com/Marcellus. Discount code Marcellus10 for a 10% discount. Wow. It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I believe the verse.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so